Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video I'm going to show you guys a purchase that I just made. In fact, I'm going to be sending this stuff directly off to be X-rayed, so it'll be kind of cool for the process to show you guys what I'm sending to them. Very similar stuff to last time, but more variety, I guess. And I'm going to show you a few boxes that I've already shown you that are also going to be included in this. I'm going to talk about that. But it was a very interesting deal. The guy reached out to me on Instagram. He was very quick about responses. He gave me prices that he wanted on things. And so these first three boxes are boxes you guys have seen. I bought them from somebody else, but I am recording which ones they are. That way, if there's any issue that comes back on any one of these boxes, we know whose is who. So like you can tell where these logos are. This one right here, this is from a different seller. But this guy, he had a price list, and we haggled a little bit on some different items, but we come to an agreement on pretty much everything, which was nice. Again, this is another one that's not from the deal that just happened. And he's like, "Yeah, I could fly in tomorrow." I'm like, "All right." This was like as I was getting off work, going to church last night, and I'm just like trying to talk to him in between, like talking to my kids. And so it is a pretty significant deal. This is the one from a WotC employee that I really like. I love that sticker right there. Usually it means it was a gift. You can see this is a different variation. Oh, it's not on this side. Over here it's missing the expert logo. Not on this side. There we go. This side. See, it doesn't have it. Usually it's like an earlier version, or thought to be an earlier version, but either way, two different English versions there that we have. And I was like, yeah, I think tomorrow could work. So he flew in from Arizona, took a flight out this morning, and then he got here by 2 o'clock. And I think he was leaving probably by 3:15 or so. And I had to examine every one of these products that you're getting ready to look at. And now I've talked with X-Ray, and they're going to do a letter of authenticity for all of them. So this one right here was the only one that I did haggle down the price some. You can see where it's not connected, which can be an issue, but still a really nice display piece. So I don't know how much people devalue that kind of thing. It used to be a lot, but you can see it goes all the way across, even up to this other side here. Could have happened while he was in the plane from air pressure. Could have just happened by setting it down. I mean, a lot of times this glue, it's pretty old, it'll pop, but for the most part, I do like the fact that blisters back at this time, there's a lot of them that do hold very well. A lot of these do have some damage. You can see I don't plan to grade these because of the creasing on them, but still very solid. You can see got that bin there. A lot of good color. These display super nice. This might be the best condition one. I think there was one that just had a few little dents and things on it. You can see on the back it does have some staining there. But it's really, I still get really excited about seeing vintage, seeing WotC Pokemon stuff. Almost, what are we in the 30th anniversary? This stuff isn't 30 years old because it hasn't been in America 30 years. It's been, I guess it's year 27 that we're going on. But you don't just see this stuff around that much. I believe he said most of these items he got in 2020 or 2019. But those are the blister packs. I'm not sending those off. I have no problem with them. Oh, here's the first jungle box that he sold me. This one does have some damage. I was going to take off some for the damage, but I decided not to because I think he was being pretty fair with pricing. And there's so much data out there, and there's a lot of vulnerabilities. And when it comes to what you're seeing, how it's sold. But because of the damage, I think the wrap is extra loose. So this is one of those boxes where it's like, I don't know for sure. The weight is right, the color's right, the seals are right. But you know what? Let's get it X-rayed. It doesn't cost that much. You can see it's got a little bit of light sun fading. It doesn't cost that much to get these boxes X-rayed. And I talked with them to see if it's something that they can get done in a timely manner. They said that they could. All right, here's the second jungle box. This one is in a little bit better shape. Doesn't have the big dents on it. Does still have a little bit of sun fading again. You can see these are the versions with the expert logo. So it shouldn't be anything early or anything like that. All right, we have a fossil booster box. Now, this one I didn't have many concerns with. The other one I do have some concerns with. I'm going to show you guys those. He was a little concerned about that, but that's nothing. That's just where what's happened is it's experienced a little bit of pressure this way, and it makes that start to buckle, but there were no tears, and that's great. You don't want to see like the tears underneath where people have pressed in on the edges, because it just looks ugly, and that's really the main reason. Now, this box is the one that we had the most concern for. I didn't change the price on it. I told him if it's authentic, I think we're going bottom of the market anyways, on some of these pricing, on some of these prices, especially because I was paying, I want to say it was 80 or 85% on everything. I can't remember what it was on this one. But if you look, this is not right. Like, that is torn outward. It is torn outward here, and it has a mark underneath it. So those are definite red flags. Like, that should not happen. But we have opened up fossil boxes before where they've had issues and the contents were fine. So it's very possible that something like this happened. Like, maybe it was the bottom sheet, for the boxes being folded, or is this a worker's first day and they fold it weird? Because look on this side, same thing. Again, another red flag. This bend is pretty deep and it goes straight across here, but I'm not seeing anything that would indicate how something could have been bent like that. Especially like this one is very obvious. Like, if you pressed in, like, this would be underneath the other side. This is like it's been pressed out, so much so that it tore the box an inch on both sides, and it caused a black mark, and all of this is underneath the cellophane, and I'm not seeing anything on the cellophane that would indicate that should happen. So that was a definite red flag for this box, and so hopefully it gets scanned, everything's good with it, and that's the end of it. But if not, that's what the contract's for. I haven't done many contracts in regards to buying product, but definitely it happened with this. It was very expensive. Now, if we look at this box here, you can see there's quite a bit of, like, I don't know, wear, damage on it. This one was another concern. I did pay a little bit less for this one. You can see right there, it's got a hole there. I'm going to show you guys the other side so you can kind of see what's going on. The wrap still feels right. I'm just hoping it wasn't like a reseal, but that's what these getting it scanned is going to be for, because I don't want to open these up. That's what I've done in the past. I've just opened them and then resealed them. But if I can get them scanned for a couple $100 and then they can get back to me, and that's like a third party saying, hey, these are real, even though it looks like, crap because of the condition, that's great. I think people will like that, especially if people are breaking it. But look at this. It's got 1, 2, 3 tears on the bottom. Looks like several other small holes. So we did come off the price on, I think the evaluation originally was $17,000 for the base set 2 boxes, and so we come off to $15,000 for what we thought would be like a fair market type value for this. So it only come off $2,000 for the tears, just because, sealed boxes, there's really not like this grade premium type deal yet in this market. Maybe that changes, with CAS, but we have not seen that yet. And so, as far as I know, it's that I don't factor it into pricing. All right, here's another base set 2 box. I know these look really shiny, but these feel right. They've got that right feel. If you're looking at them, it's kind of hard to see, but it does have the horizontal air holes that you would look for when you're trying to find this kind of wrap. But let me show all the sides so we know which box this is, if anything does happen. Plus, also, when I get it sent off, when it comes back, we should be able to match everything up. All right, 3 base set boxes. So here's one of them. This one is kind of special, actually. It's not worth anymore because basically nobody cares. But this should be like a 1999 2000 US print. You can see how it only has the one location, so it's a little bit later on. And the one that I have, it's actually in better surface condition. Like, this one has some surface wear on it. Overall, it's still pretty good, but the corners are much more crispy. The one that I have in my personal collection has a large dent in the side. So I haven't decided if I'm going to add that one to my collection or if I'm going to do the one that I already have there. And then here's 2 more base set booster boxes. These are just your standard version. He did have a green wing box. Oh yeah, this was a concern on this base set box, how loose that was. It could have just been where there's any number of things that could go wrong with the wrap and the cardboard when it's being manufactured, put into the case, whatever, you name it. If you guys have been around for any sort of time where you've been involved in distribution, you know that you can get boxes back. You can literally like hang on to them and dangle them in the air by the cellophane. Other times it's just like dust that pops off of the edge. I mean, you get them busted. I mean, there's so many things that could go wrong. And so I don't like to immediately assume. I try to look at the cellophane wrap itself. I'll look at the weight. There are several other things that I'm checking to make sure that I think that they're authentic. And so while a lot of these boxes do have red flags that I'm showing you guys, I do believe, like if I had to bet on any one of the boxes, I'd still say, hey, I think it's okay. The fossil was the biggest one for me that I think had issues, but I can still rationally explain it away to where I think it can be okay. But there's a lot riding on each one of these purchases, because booster boxes, they're just expensive. It is what it is. And then last but not least, we have a second Team Rocket Unlimited booster box. So all of these were unlimited booster boxes. He provided the sales receipts from where he bought them years ago, 2019, 2020. I didn't look at all of them because, like I said, we had our own. I typed up a contract, and basically 3 things needed to be from his side. One, he purchased, or he was the legal owner. He could legally sell them, and that if there's anything wrong with the authenticity, like that's an issue. And so I've got a time window where I can check that, and then there's not really a time frame limit on whether or not he can legally sell them. So if somebody come up and said, hey, he stole these from me or whatever, and filed the claim, then I would have that right to, it would be breach of contract on him. But with them being so long and him having the receipts, knowing where they come from, I feel pretty confident with that. But anyways, I have all these boxes in. Thought it was a really cool purchase. You can probably estimate in the comments how much you think everything was worth, but I'm excited to have them sent off to see if the LOA, the letter of authenticity, comes back clean for all of them. I'd love to let him know that as well, so that he doesn't have to worry about those funds. He can go ahead and put it towards whatever he wants to. Again, thank you for reaching out to me. And if you guys have anything like this that you want to move, that you want to sell, feel free to reach out. If I can't sell it, or if I can't buy it because I ran out of money, I can always sell it for you. We used my comp for the base set box for his base set boxes. It was $35,000, so that's what we based the price off of, and I paid a percentage. But if you sell it through my consignment on auction, it is a little bit more. That you make is 90%, which 10% might sound like a lot for something that high, but there's a lot of risk that you take when you sell these sealed products and you ship them out to buyers, because they could get lost between me and that buyer, and then I'm fully responsible and you still get paid. And so I definitely don't take everything when it comes to sealed product. There are some things that I just do not take, and I am going to probably use this letter of authenticity type thing with the scanning a bit more often as I gain confidence with how they conduct services, and I'm hoping that it becomes a standard and that their business can grow in the long run. But we'll just have to see. We'll have to wait and see. Right now, so far, everything that I've done with them has been really good, but it's only been a few deals. And I hope that anybody else who decides to try to use them, because those of you who've been bringing me high-end Japanese product, this might be an option now if they actually scan those items. I forgot to bring that up to them because somebody wanted to sell a CP6 box. I didn't realize that box was like $10,000 now. So there's been so many scams and resales that come out of Japan. Like I'm not entirely confident in something like that. So I'd want it to be examined. And so that they could provide something like that if they examine Japanese product. I don't know if they do. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you in another video hopefully very soon.